Are you thinking right now that you're going to finish it, or maybe that you're not going to finish it, or that you're going to finish it and not be recognized?
I don't know. Like, I know that to graduate from high school, I have to do it, and so that's basically like the thing it's more like just making me afraid instead of motivating me. But it's kind of like I just finished the school year, and it's sort of like not been on my mind at all.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure.
Okay, so you said it makes you a little bit afraid because it's a requirement to graduate. Is that what?
Yeah.
So it makes you afraid that if you're not able to do this, that you're not going to graduate? Is that what the fear
Yeah,
is?
basically.
Okay. So this is our little thoughts and feelings board, and you were talking about, actually I want to do that in red. You were talking about fear. Okay. And you were talking about the fact that you have to take science. And
Yeah.
you're kind of dreading it, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't, you don't graduate.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what I'd call the situation. All right. That's the situation. So a lot of us think, well, okay, this situation is what leads to our fear. But it's actually not. What it is what we tell ourselves about the situation. So one thought will lead you to fear. And so what we were just talking about is that there's this thought that I'm not very good at science.
Yeah.
I might not pass it. And that scares me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it's actually that thought that leads to fear. It's that idea that something bad could happen in the future. So this is something that's just really important to begin to learn. The first thing is just to understand what is the feeling
Yeah.
that I'm feeling fear. But then to look at, well, what's the thought I'm telling myself? Is there a slightly different thought? I mean, I'm not saying you have to tell yourself that I'm good at it, all right? Because you don't want to lie to yourself. That's
Yeah.
not going to make you feel any better.
Yeah.
All right. But is there a thought slightly different from I'm not good at science that might make you feel just slightly less concerned
If
about
I
it?
think of if I think, well, I'm not very good at it, at certain parts of it, how can I like do it so I can like understand it better? Or something?
Okay. So the first thing I heard you say though is, if I just think to myself, well, I'm not very good at certain parts of it. And what's important about what you said there, Anna, is that you're not saying I'm not good at all of it in that instance. You're saying, well, there's certain parts of it I might not be good at.
Yeah.
All right. So I like that. So certain parts of it. And then you said, well, maybe I can figure out a way. What did you say? Like, maybe I can
Figure out a way to approach it differently.
Okay, so maybe I can figure out a way to approach it differently. How do you
Yeah.
feel when you say that?
Like there's, I'm makes me glad I'm homeschooled because I couldn't approach it differently
Oh,
if I
okay.
was in a classroom. So.
Okay, so now I'm glad I'm homeschooled. Great. And so you're saying I could approach it differently. And that feels possible to you? Like maybe you could approach it differently?
Kind of.
Okay,
I mean, like
it feels
in
a
some
little bit possible.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to get 100% when you're doing this. You just have to get a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it feels a little bit better?
Sometimes, especially when I'm not good at something, I think that I need to like study extra hard and like do it perfectly, and I can get like focused on like small details and parts of it, and I like lose the focus like that. It's not life or death and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can tell yourself it's not life and death.
Yeah.
I don't have to do this perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't have to do all of it really well. There's
Yeah.
probably some parts I'll do okay at,
Yeah.
but there's certain parts I might need to use a different approach for.
Yeah.
So just stop for a second. How does that feel in your body? Does that feel any better than where you were here?
Yeah, I think so.
Just a little bit? And it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be a lot. And if it doesn't, that's okay. We'll keep working on it. You really want to feel it.
Yeah.
Does it feel any less scary than it did before?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit less. That's all you're looking for. Okay? You're not looking to jump up and down and say, oh, I'm so happy I have to take science.
Yeah.
Okay? You're just looking to feel a tiny bit of relief. That's it. Did it give you a little bit of relief?
Yeah.
All right. So our lesson from this today is what?
That it's not really science that is making me afraid. It's more like my attitude.
Okay, yeah, but it's what you're telling yourself about it.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can change what you tell yourself about it. You just did that.
Yeah.
Great job, Anna.
Okay, thanks.